I mean, at this point, I feel like I'm just as involved as he is, to be honest. I feel like when he competes, I get more nervous. I feel like I'm just as committed to him reaching his goals, to him eating his food, to his training. I also haven't competed in 3 years, so it's a lot easier to put as much into it as he does when I'm not focusing on my own career. So these last 2 years have definitely been all about him. And I mean, I left my job. When did I leave my job?
A year ago.
Yeah, I left my job a year ago. So like really full time is basically supporting him. And I don't want to make it sound like I don't take care of myself or anything, because obviously I'm lucky and I get to train and I diet, and I've been getting ready for a show too, but it's I feel like me and him are very much connected and a team, and we spend 24/7 together, and we both want each other to succeed, probably more so than we want our own selves to succeed. So I think obviously physically there's changes, and he's leaner and he's been leaner for longer, so he looks drier and all these things. But I think there was a really big mental shift with him when he won that show, and it almost created this self-belief that wasn't there before, or it was there before, but I wouldn't say it was cemented. It wasn't necessarily true all the time. Whereas when he won that show, and after he won Tampa, there was 2 shows in a row, he beat Steve. It was like, wow, like I'm here. It's almost like that, like saying like he has arrived. Like that feeling has just, you can tell it's like a belief now, and it's kind of like, it's like pouring out of him, his confidence, and it's just really nice to see. And it's almost now I can watch him really enjoy this, because he believes that he's where he's supposed to be, and that he is able to accomplish everything that he wants to, basically. Iain's like the type of personality that dives in headfirst to anything that he's like invested in. So I'm someone that kind of likes to dabble in a lot of different things, whereas Iain, like, bodybuilding is his life. It's been like that since I've met him 10 plus years ago. So I think his commitment to always give his 100%. It doesn't matter if he's tired, it doesn't matter if he's sick, it doesn't matter if he's busy or if he's late or whatever. He's always going to get all his meals in. His training's always going to be 100%. And it's just that level of commitment to excellence all the time is something that, I mean, I can only aspire to. I feel like that doesn't even seem like something that I would ever be able to accomplish. But I live with him day in, day out, and I see how committed he is all the time, even when he's exhausted, when he's sick, like all these things that come up in life that you can use as an excuse to not give your all, or to slack off a little bit, slack off 5%, it's okay. That's just do enough. That doesn't exist in his mind. So that's very inspiring, and sometimes a little frustrating, to be honest. There's times when Iain kind of doubts himself. He'll see a check-in video and he doesn't like it, or he suffers from anxiety. So there will be times where he's kind of like ruminating, like, oh my God, I've lost it all, or these irrational thoughts. And I stay quite positive and logical, and he he almost gets mad at me sometimes for not like allowing him to be like in that shitty mindset. So that's kind of hard. It's tough to know how to, anyone who has been with or is close with people that have anxiety, it's really hard to kind of know what to do or what to say in those irrational moments. But we're learning, and he's also changed a lot over the last year in terms of dealing with his anxiety and knowing when it is kind of not real. But that's probably the toughest part, especially when you get closer to a show and you want everything to be perfect all the time. And especially Iain, he's very like, he wants to feel perfect all the time. He wants to always be 100%. And I'm the type of person that I can ebb and flow, and I know that I'm not always going to be happy with the way I look, and it's okay. And like, I can still keep the faith and all these things. And Iain is someone that every single second of every single day, he wants to feel 100%, and he wants to be, you know, I love this check-in. I love the way I look. I love all this. And when he doesn't get like that, or when he doesn't feel like that, he gets very kind of like irritable. And I think he gets annoyed at me when I try to stay positive. So that's probably like our main thing that we struggle with in terms of communicating during prep and stuff like that. But we're learning, and I feel like the more that we go through, the more shows we go through together, the more we understand how to deal with those moments and how to communicate and, you know, trust each other and lean on each other when we need to. We all qualified for the Olympia, Christopher, Iain, and I that year. And that was probably the easiest time that we had prepping together. We kind of got in a groove. And then since then, he's been competing and I have not, which is honestly very easy because I, again, can kind of just give all my energy to him. And he can just do whatever he does, and I could cook and, you know, like have these reserves of energy to spare. Whereas when you're prepping, you're more tired, you're more irritable, you're cranky, I'm a bit less patient. But I think all in all, prepping together is more beneficial for us because it's a similar mindset, it's a similar drive, there's a common goal, and there's that understanding of what the other person's going through. And if someone's a bit like grumpy, you understand why. If someone snaps at you, it's like not a big deal because you probably did it to them the day before. So it's like, yeah, we work very well as a team.
And now, who do you think is going to win the Arnold?
I think my husband's going to win the Arnold.
Okay, that's what I know.